Chapter 2, Filing of Applications and Examination on Filing. Welcome to your Euro Patent Brief Journey with Baris. In our last session, we covered where and how to file your patent application. Today, we're diving deeper into the specific methods and requirements for filing, focusing on what happens when things don't go according to plan. Remember, this process can be complex and detailed. But don't worry, we'll tackle it together, one step at a time. Section 1.3, Filing of Applications by Other Means. What you need to know. While electronic, fax, and postal filings are common, you might wonder if there are other methods. Email filing. Let's get this out of the way. Email filing is not allowed. It might seem convenient, but the EPO has strict rules about maintaining the integrity and security of the filing process. Email simply doesn't meet these standards. Now, take a moment to reflect on this. Why might the EPO prohibit email filing? Think about the risks involved: lack of security, potential for loss, or alteration of documents, and so on. Section 1.4, Subsequent Filing of Documents. Handling later submissions. Sometimes, you might need to submit additional documents after your initial filing. This could be due to missed information or responses to the EPO's communications. Rules to follow. When filing documents after the initial application, ensure you follow the correct procedures. For example, certain documents must be filed electronically, even if your original application was not. Electronic formats. Any debit orders for fees due must be submitted in an accepted electronic format. This rule applies regardless of how you filed the application itself. It's crucial because missing a fee payment can halt your application process. Take a moment here. Think about how you'd handle submitting additional documents. Have you prepared for this possibility? Do you know the rules for electronic filing? Section 1.5, Debit Orders for Deposit Accounts Held with the EPO. Why this matters? Paying your fees on time is critical to keeping your application alive. The EPO allows you to use debit orders for deposit accounts, but there are specific rules you must follow. Electronic format. All debit orders related to European patent applications must be filed in an accepted electronic format, regardless of how the application itself was filed. This is non-negotiable. Exceptions. There's a small exception. If you file with a national authority, and it's on paper, a paper debit order on the mandatory Form 1020 is accepted. But even then, you need to ensure this form is included with your application at the time of filing. Pause here. Reflect on this process. Do you understand the importance of these debit orders? Why is it so crucial to follow these specific formats? Think about the consequences of not adhering to these rules. Section 1.6, Forwarding of Applications. What happens after filing? When you file your application with a national authority, instead of directly with the EPO, there's an additional step. Forwarding to the EPO. The national office must forward your application to the EPO as soon as possible. There's a time limit, usually 6 weeks for applications that aren't classified as secret. For those requiring further examination, this can extend to 4 months or longer if priority has been claimed. Timing is crucial. If your application isn't forwarded to the EPO within the specified time, but before the end of the 14th month after filing, it might be deemed withdrawn. Unfortunately, re-establishment of rights, or further processing, is not possible in this scenario, meaning, the loss of rights isn't due to a failure on your part to observe a time limit, but rather due to procedural delays. Pause for a moment. Think about this process. Why is it important to keep track of where your application is in the system? How could delays affect your application? Recap and reflection. Let's take a quick breather and review what we've covered. Email filing, not allowed. Stick to approved methods. Subsequent filing must follow specific electronic filing rules, especially for debit orders. debit orders, must be in an approved electronic format, with strict rules for exceptions. Forwarding of applications, timing is critical. Know the deadlines, and keep track of your application's journey. These details might seem overwhelming, but every small step you master brings you closer to confidently handling your patent application. Take your time to reflect on each part, and don't hesitate to revisit these sections if anything feels unclear. Next steps. In our next session, we'll move into application numbering systems and discuss who is entitled to file an application. We'll also cover the crucial procedures on filing. These might seem like small administrative details, but they are foundational to the patent application process. For now, take a moment to breathe and relax. You're doing great. Remember, the goal is to build your knowledge step by step, without getting overwhelmed. I'm here with you every step of the way, guiding you through this challenging but rewarding process. Thank you for your dedication to learning. See you in the next session.